here's everything we know about Mayonaka Heart Tune, or Tune Into the Midnight Heart. Everything we know so far, and yeah, maybe wondering yourself, why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about the show that hasn't even come out? Well, originally I wanted to do another manga video on this series, but we've gotten quite a bit of information on the upcoming anime adaptation set for 2026. We have a lot of voice actors for this, or seiyus as they call them in Japan, and I'm pretty excited for this series because they announced one of the final members of the series. Like, they have a very stacked cast, plus they revealed some of the character designs for what they're gonna potentially look like, what they actually look like, and I'm pretty damn excited, to be honest. I think my favorite design has got to be the Rika design. I'll pull it up right here on the screen, but this is what all the character designs look like. I've seen some people complain online about Iko's design, how her leggings have this weird yellowish color. Me personally, I kind of wish they were more faithful to the manga, where it was not too bright, but a little bit more subtle, a little bit darker. But overall, I do like the designs. Nena's design is a little bit different from what I was expecting compared to the anime trailer, but these are just like character sheets. I assume they're gonna look a lot better in the anime, but I do like how it looks so far. Like the character designs, Lemon-chan, Sensei, I fuck with her design a lot. She's probably one of my favorite characters in this series, and I'm pretty excited because her voice actress is actually the VA who voices Mitsuri in Demon Slayer, and I'm really excited. I am really excited to see this teacher sensei, because it's not often we get a character who it's pretty much a voice of reason within the series, and I'm really excited for that. Now, the studio that's actually animating Mayonaka Heart Tune is called Studio Gecko. If you're not too familiar with their work, don't worry, I'm not too familiar with what they have done. I've seen some people complain about them because they did animate this one show in specific that they say had a trash adaptation, but from the show I know about them is Grandma and Grandpa Turn Young Again. I thought that was a pretty good slice of life type of anime series. Like, it's a very wholesome slice of life. I think the design and the character artwork was okay, nothing too crazy. I think it's really nice, but for Mayonaka Heart Tune, I do have faith that the studio is gonna do really well. Not to mention the voice actresses, they have a good amount. For Shinobu's VA, we have Miko Ito. She voiced Miku from the Quintessential Quintuplets. She's also voiced Kokoro from Princess Connect, which I think is pretty cool. For Iko's voice actress, she actually did voice Kurena from 86, so I'm pretty excited to see that. For Nena's voice actress, she voiced Mencho from Oshinoko, if you guys are familiar with that show. Erumi Okubo, she's also voiced Ostafo. So we got Ostafo voicing her, which is pretty interesting. We got Ostafo as Nene. Who would have seen that coming? That's actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty genius. I do like that. For Rika's voice actress, she's a relatively new seiyu. She hasn't really voiced too many things other than this one character from Uma Musume, but other than that, she doesn't really have too many roles, actually. So I'm pretty excited to see what she's gonna bring to the table. It's a pretty stacked seiyu cast so far. Oh, I did mention earlier we have the VA for Mitsuri voicing Lemon-chan. I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, for Lemon-chan's voice actress, she's actually probably the most stacked VA because she's voiced quite a lot of characters. Some notable ones are Mayuri from Steins Gate. I really like that. Kanade from Angel Beats, Kosaki from Nisekoi, Ichika from the Quintessential Quintuplets, and Mitsuri from Demon Slayer. You know what's funny? We have two VAs from the Quintessential Quintuplets on this series, which is pretty funny, to be honest, given how the series gives off Quintessential Quintuplets vibes, and I think that's pretty cool. As for the VA for my goat Yamabuki, I'm about to tell you that. Yeah, for Arisu's voice actor, he's pretty young actually. Some notable characters he's actually voiced. I'm not too familiar with some of his work, but he has voiced Marco from Eminence in the Shadow. He voiced a random background character in Dandadan. He voiced Taishi Manza from, how do I say this? Cute High Earth Defense Club Happy Kiss. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. He voiced Yumeto Nagamatsu from Haiku to the Top. Overall, I'm not too familiar with his work. I know this is probably one of his biggest roles yet, but overall, I am pretty excited for the VAs for Mayonaka Heart Tune. As far as the animation, I think from the trailer alone that we got, it's pretty nice. The character designs overall don't look too bad, if I'm gonna be honest. But am I pretty ecstatic for this series? Yes, I 100% am very, very excited for this series. Mayonaka Heart Tune is one of those series that's very comparable to the quintessential quintuplets due to the fact that it has that mystery aspect of like a mystery girl who the guy wants to find because he made a promise with when he was younger. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that element has been kind of drawn out in several stories with Niseko, with the quintessential quintuplets. Also, people say that word funny, quintuplets. But yeah, some people say that's plotline has been pretty much dragged out. Oh, mystery girl, blah blah blah. However, the way that the series tackles that, I think is pretty good due to the fact that all of these girls have similar voices and the main character Arisu Yamabuki cannot figure out who the hell Apollo is. Pretty much the story is Arisu, like a long time ago, fell in love with this one girl, but he never put a face to the voice. So it's pretty much like voice and music carries into the series. So it's up to him to discover who Apollo is through these four girls with four different personalities. I really, really like this series. It's one of my favorite romances slash harem so far of the series. It's really one of my favorite like new romances. I think a lot of people should read it. I think the anime is going to do a really good job like adapting this. I guarantee you this is going to be one of those animes people are going to hop on as soon as it drops because all the VAs have such amazing voices. Like, it's going to be hard. Each of these characters have unique personalities, and the fact that they're not related compared to the Quints, I think sets them apart, especially because they have different designs, they have different backgrounds, they have different origins, and the more you learn about these characters, the more fascinating they get. I really love the arcs each of these characters have. They don't really feel too dull, they don't really feel too boring. As far as from when it's supposed to drop, I'm predicting it's going to be either a spring release or it's either going to be a summer release. Don't take my word on it. I highly doubt it's going to release for winter due to the fact that, I don't know, I just have a feeling it wouldn't drop so soon. If anything, they would have announced it, but I do have a feeling that it's probably going to release sometime in the spring and or summer because next year there's a lot of anime already stacked for the winter season, so the spring season makes a lot of sense. And the summer season is likely, but at the same time, I don't think they would want to compete with some of their other shows. And considering how the studio dropped a similar show, Grandpa and Grandma Get Young Again, around the spring slash winter time, I do predict that this series is going to drop sometime in spring of 2026. It would make more sense due to the fact that most school romances like tend to take place in April. That's just my headcanon, but I do think it's going to drop sometime in this spring. We know who's animating it. We know who's voicing their characters. We know how they look like. We just need a new trailer to show how some of the character designs look, how they feel. But overall, I have a very good feeling about this series. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil too much about it. It's like 90 chapters in. It's a very, very well thought out series. You never get bored of any of these characters. Like, you know what's going to happen, but at the same time you don't, because they have flash forwards to the future, to the past, to the present. I think it's a really good series. People say it's very similar to the quintuplets. I agree, but disagree, actually. I made a whole video talking about this series if you guys are interested, but that's pretty much all the facts that we know about this series. I just wanted to make that out because they revealed pretty much all the VAs for it, but other than that, that's just my thoughts on it. I liked it. I'm pretty excited for the cast of this. Eiko's best girl, by the way. Same thing with Lemon-chan. But let me know what you guys think about this series. Are you guys excited? Are you guys not excited for this anime? Because I am. I need another trailer for this ASAP. Please go read the manga. It is amazing. It's one of the best things I have actually read this year. And yeah, let me know what you guys think if you've read it. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Any more stuff happens. So yeah, peace.